Virtually every newspaper this morning has one take or the other about the ruling of the Supreme Court on local government autonomy. Let's begin with the Blueprint newspaper. LG autonomy, Tinubu, Argon, Serap, CNPP, others hail Supreme Court's landmark judgment. End of road for governor's muzzling of third-tier funding. Zekome. Lagos Assembly summons AG, governors promise to obey ruling. That's the lead story of the Blueprint newspaper this morning. The Daily Times newspaper has the same story. Supreme Court upholds LG autonomy, declares joint account illegal, orders FG to pay allocations directly to LG accounts, bars governors from dissolving democratically elected LG officials. Tinubu, Atiku, CUPP hail verdict. The angle of the Nigerian News Direct this morning isn't too far. 774 LGAs gain financial autonomy as Supreme Court orders direct allocation of funds. Apex Court orders direct allocation of 20.6% federation accounts to LGAs. People can now hold local leaders accountable. Tinubu. Atiku hails ruling, calls it victory for Nigerians. Return LGA funds or face legal action, Serap tells 36 governors. Wike. That story is on page 3 of the Nigerian News Direct this morning. The front page of Daily Trust newspaper, Supreme Court verdict. Local councils must now account for own actions. Tinubu. Also amend constitution to get INEC conduct LG polls, as from an ex-governor. All institutions must be respected, says Professor Yadudu. Governors would review decision. As ascribed to Saludo, find the details on the front page, continues on the inside pages. The New Telegraph has constitutional rights. Supreme Court frees 774 LGs from governor's grip, grants financial autonomy to councils. Bars governors from dissolving democratically elected LGs, allocations to be paid directly into LG accounts. People will now hold local leaders to account. Tinubu. Judgment victory for democracy, Senator Kanu. Nigeria's problems now halved, according to Nolge. Akpabio, Abbas, Atiku, governors, Zekome, NLC, LP, others hail judgment. The story you'll find on the inside pages of the paper this morning. The Nigerian Tribune, financial autonomy for local governments. Tinubu, Atiku, Zekome, NLC, Algon, LP, Nolge, others hail Supreme Court judgment. Apex Court orders direct payment of allocation from Federation account to 774 LGAs. Stops governors from tampering with funds meant for councils. Bars governors from dissolving LGs. With judgment, only officials elected will control resources of the people, according to Tinubu. Return LGA funds or face legal action, Serap tells governors. 50% of Nigeria's problems solved, as ascribed to Nolge. Granting financial autonomy to LGs a setback on principles of federalism, as according to Ibori. What does that mean? Details you'll find on pages 5 and 6 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. The front page of the Guardian newspaper has a different twist to it. Autonomy, why LGs have not escaped powerful class of governors. Who is saying that? Get the details on page 6 of the paper today. The angle of the Daily Independent isn't too far from that of the Guardian. Look at the front page of Daily Independent. Mixed reactions trail Supreme Court ruling on LG's fiscal autonomy. Apex Court bars governors from dissolving elected LG councils. Only elected officials will control LG's allocations, according to Tinubu. Atiku describes judgment as a win for the people of Nigeria. Better late than never, LP commends Supreme Court's judgment. Ruling severe setback on the principles of federalism. That's according to Ibori. What does all of that mean? You find the details on page 29 of the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. The Vanguard newspaper leads with a completely different story. Executive order. Drug makers seek clear timeline. Stable Naira for 70% production. What does all of that mean? Look at the riders. Maintain non-implementation of hampering companies placing order on importation of raw materials. Others say unless naira value was fixed, local drug manufacturing a mirage. Find the details of that story on the inside pages of the paper. Of course, the Supreme Court story is also right there on the front page. Supreme Court verdict on LG autonomy. We've taken judgment in good faith. Governor Soludo and Otu. Find the details of that story on the inside pages of the paper today. These are some of the papers we have for you this morning.